Somebody I used to know as the brainchild of real-life married couple Alison Brie and Dave Franco having co-written together, and Franco making his directorial debut while Brie takes the lead. Brie plays reality TV show host Ali, who's hitting a career dead end after her show is cancelled. She takes a much-needed break visiting home where she bumps into her ex Sean, played by Jay Ellis. They rekindle some of the fire as Ali begins to wonder whether she'd made a mistake leaving home for the big city LA a few years ago. The only problem with this, she discovers painfully and awkwardly that Sean is engaged to be married. I watched this because I'm a huge fan of Alison Brie's work, having first seen her in Mad Men and then later in the likes of Community and Glow. So it brings me no joy to say that this movie is not good. It's not good at all. I hate to pigeonhole someone as talented as Brie as a character actor. She's not. Glow showed that she's perfectly capable of leading a successful and entertaining project from the front. The problem is that Brie does need a little bit of friction or quirk to work with to really shine and stand out. That's what she does. And usually in the past, it's been along the lines of a high-strung, spoiled and melodramatic kind of character. So I respect her for trying to play slightly more reserved and homely here. But for me, Ali was just far too vanilla of a character for her to even be able to make it work, because there's just nothing there in the source material to work with. This was also the case for me for Danny Pudi, who has a community reunion with Brie that drew myself and I imagine a lot of others in, but similarly he's left with just a blank slate and has to overact to get anything from a pretty empty vessel of a character. Then on the other side of that, you have Haley Joel Osment, who's just behaving like a child for some reason. It's not funny, it's not explained, and it's not expanded upon in any way. And he doesn't even see dead people. So what are you doing here, Haley? It's just rude. You're just around. You're just there. None of the characters have any chemistry, and yet they play a tight-knit group who constantly try and banter and tell inside jokes without any context. They're just walking around like, Izzy Buzzy Wiggy, and then they're like, oh, and you're like, they don't explain this. They don't give any context. The inside jokes aren't funny. So it's exactly like when you're hanging around with people who are saying inside jokes to each other that you don't understand and aren't funny. It's just annoying. Even Brie herself has like these random quirks that are like, they're not likable, they're not endearing. Like, she has like a kind of poetry freestyle rap thing she does, which is just really cringe. It's not 8 Mile, it's not even 8 inches, it's about 8 centimeters, because that's how tall I want to become watching this when I'm cringing so badly. You're sitting there wondering while she's doing her, and then you're going to the shop. I wonder if you'll ever stop. She's doing this and you're just going, is this something that she does in real life that Dave Franco finds adorable? Because if so, it's not translating. This is not cute. It's just weird and cringe. And at times, the movie just gets a bit desperate. Like, there are times where characters just strip naked for no particular reason other than nothing interesting was happening. I genuinely never in my life thought that I'd see Alison Brie naked. Like, if I have an allowed list, if I was to put together like a list of my favorite celebrities who I fancy, there's a good chance Alison Brie's on there. And yet, I saw her naked and I wasn't immediately delighted, because this movie just made it so random. And like, that's where we're at here. By the end, they somehow find a way to also make the main characters in it, the people the entire movie is focused on, not only devoid of any chemistry, but also just unlikable. Like, you don't want them to succeed or to get what they want, either of them. There's not a side you're on, there's not a team you're on. You're like, I hate both of you. Kiersey Clemons Cassidy, who's Sean's fiance, is the only redeemable character in the love triangle, and you just want her to get away from these absolute messes. And I don't mean the character, I mean the actress. Run, Kiersey, save your career. The only word I can use to describe this movie is cringy, and that is a damn shame. And look, it's not terminal for either Brie or Franco by any means. They both continue to be talented, they both continue to be likable, and I'm sure they're both going to continue to be successful. But maybe next time, don't assume that the entire world is in on your twee little humor and jokes, and try bring us on the journey with you, and you might have more success.